the story of Malala Yousafzai, from Swat Valley to global icon early life. A spark in Swat Valley. 1997 to 2008. Malala Yousafzai was born on July 12, 1997. In Mingura, a bustling town in the Swat Valley of Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. Her father, Ziauddin Yousafzai, an educator and poet, ran a chain of schools and believed passionately in education for all, including Gur's radical stance in a region where cultural norms often limited female opportunities. Her mother, Torpakai, supported the family's values, fostering a home filled with love and learning. Named after Malali of Maiwand, a Pashtun heroine, Malala was destined to embody courage. Growing up, Malala was curious and outspoken, often joining her father at school where she soaked up knowledge and debated with peers. Swat, once a picturesque tourist haven, was her playground. But by the mid-2000s, the region's tranquility began to fracture. The Taliban, a militant Islamist group, started gaining influence, enforcing strict rules. Music was banned, TVs were smashed, and girls' schools were targeted. By 2007, when Malala was 10, the Taliban's grip tightened, bombing schools and intimidating communities. Ziauddin refused to close his schools, and Malala, inspired by his defiance, began to see education as a weapon against oppression. A voice emerges, blogging for the BBC 2009 to 2011. At 11, Malala's activism took shape. In 2009, under the pseudonym Gul Makai, meaning cornflower, she began writing a blog for BBC Urdu, chronicling life under Taliban rule. Her entries described the fear of walking to school, the sound of bombs, and her dream of becoming a doctor or politician. Her words, raw and eloquent, captured global attention, offering a child's perspective on a growing crisis. The blog was a risk. Taliban militants punished dissent harshly, but Malala's courage grew. Meanwhile, Ziauddin's activism made the family a target. He spoke publicly against the Taliban, and Malala joined him, giving interviews to local media. By 2011, at age 14, she was no longer anonymous. Her face appeared on Pakistani television, and she won the National Youth Peace Prize for her advocacy. The Taliban's threats escalated, but Malala refused to stay silent, believing her cause was worth the danger. The attack. A turning point. 2012. On October 9, 2012, Malala's life changed forever. At 15, while riding a school bus with friends, a Taliban gunman boarded, asked for her by name, and shot her in the head. Two other girls, Kanat Rayas and Shazia Ramzan, were also injured. The bullet entered Malala's forehead, passing through her skull and lodging near her spine. The attack meant to silence her, instead amplified her voice. Malala was airlifted to a military hospital in Peshawar, then to Rawalpindi, where surgeons fought to save her life. As news of the attack spread, Pakistan and the world erupted in outrage. Protests filled Swat's streets, and global leaders condemned the Taliban. Malala's condition was critical, and she was flown to Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham, UK, for specialized treatment. Against all odds, she survived, waking from a coma after days of uncertainty. The attack meant to end her activism only strengthened her resolve. Global Spotlight. Recovery and Rise 2013-2014. By early 2013, Malala was recovering in Birmingham, where her family relocated for safety. The attack had made her a global symbol of resistance. On July 12, 2013, her 16th birthday, she delivered a powerful speech at the United Nations in New York, declaring, "One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world." This speech, watched by millions, went viral, cementing her as a voice for universal education. The UN declared July 12 Malala Day in her honor. In October 2013, Malala published her memoir, I Am Malala, Korit, with journalist Christina Lamb. The book detailed her life, the attack, and her mission, becoming a global bestseller. It humanized her struggle, blending her personal story with the broader fight for girls' education. That same year, she co-founded the Malala Fund with her father, a nonprofit dedicated to ensuring every girl has access to 12 years of free, safe, quality education. In 2014, at age 17, Malala became the youngest ever recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize, sharing the honor with Indian activist Kailash Satyarthi. The Nobel Committee praised her heroic struggle for girls' rights. By now, Malala was a household name, meeting world leaders like Barack Obama and Queen Elizabeth II, while continuing to advocate through speeches and media appearances. Yet, she remained a teenager, adjusting to life in the UK, attending school and navigating fame, spanning impact. The Malala Fund and beyond, 2015-2020. Through her late teens, Malala balanced advocacy with education. She completed her secondary education at Edgbaston High School in Birmingham, excelling despite ongoing medical treatments for her injuries. The Malala Fund grew, launching projects in Pakistan, Nigeria, Jordan, and beyond, focusing on areas where girls face barriers like poverty, conflict, or child marriage. By 2020, the fund had supported programs reaching thousands of girls, from building schools to training teachers. Malala's platform expanded. She spoke at the UN General Assembly, Davos, and global summits, urging leaders to prioritize education. She also embraced digital media, producing content like the We Are Displaced documentary series highlighting refugee girls' stories. Her social media presence, particularly on X, amplified her message with posts about education and gender equality, often garnering millions of views. In 2018, Malala returned to Pakistan for the first time since the attack, a deeply emotional trip. She met with students and leaders in Swat, reaffirming her connection to her homeland. That same year, she began studying philosophy, politics, and economics PPE at Oxford University's Lady Margaret Hall, following in the footsteps of figures like Benazir Bhutto. At Oxford, she was a typical student attending lectures, joining clubs, and even trying her hand at cricket while continuing her global advocacy. A global leader, 2020 to 2025, graduating from Oxford in 2020. Malala entered her 20s as a seasoned activist. She expanded the Malala Fund's reach, partnering with organizations like UNESCO and tech giants like Apple to fund education in crisis zones. In 2021, she married Asar Malik, a Pakistani cricket administrator, in a small ceremony in Birmingham. The marriage sparked discussions on X, with some praising her personal milestone and others debating her choice to marry young. Malala addressed the chatter with grace, emphasizing her right to a personal life while staying focused on her mission. By 2025, Malala, at 28, remains a tireless advocate. She has championed causes like climate change's impact on education and digital access for girls, adapting to new global challenges. The Malala Fund now operates in over 10 countries, impacting millions. Her production company, Extracurricular, produces films and TV series, including projects highlighting women's stories. She continues to write, speak, and engage with young activists, mentoring the next generation. Malala's story resonates because it's both extraordinary and relatable. From a girl in Swat who loved books to a global icon who survived an assassin's bullet, she's proven that one voice can spark change. Her 2013 UN speech remains a viral touchstone, viewed millions of times, and her work ensures that millions of girls can dream of school, not just survival. Despite threats and fame, Malala stays grounded, often sharing lighthearted moments like her love for the office while never losing sight of her mission. Legacy and ongoing impact. As of August 9, 2025, Malala Yousafzai is a beacon of hope. She's transformed personal trauma into a global movement, proving that courage and education can outlast violence. Her story isn't just about surviving, inspiring and rewriting the future for girls worldwide. Through the Malala Fund, her speeches, and her unwavering resolve, she continues to fight for a world where every girl can learn and lead.